You are not
Um,
allowed to buy anything for yourself from this day forward.
what's going on? For the few people that have showed up tonight so far, at least anyway, how y'all doing? It's Friday. What's up?
Hello.
I'm trying to figure out where to put my screen. I can't even figure out where I want to put it now. I got so many screens going now. It's like, let me just move this over here and that over there, and that should be good enough, right? Good.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, solar. Man, I'm telling you. It's kind of bad when you can't even pull up. I literally pulled up at home from work yesterday, and guys stopped me as soon as I got out of my car. I'm like, dude, these salesmen are getting aggressive. And I was like, what, you here to sell me solar panels? Before I even saw his name tag or anything, I was like, oh, you're here. He's like, no, I'm not here to sell you solar, even though I looked at his tag at that point and I saw it said solar representative. I'm like, really? What's up, trash bag? Hey, Shane.
Hi, Josh. I feel real bad for anybody that feels that is their only option.
Peanut.
To schlep around a neighborhood trying to sell people solar panels and under sink water purifiers. Hi, Peanut.
Well,
Could you imagine how desperate you got to be to subject yourself to that kind of abuse?
Yeah. I mean, with the government help and the new programs that
That's
are out
bullshit.
there and blah, blah, blah. I get it. I get it. There's always a catch to it. Basically, you're financing solar panels, and the difference in the cost you pay for your power bill helps pay for the solar panels. But then again, you're still paying for solar panels.
Shit, so, Shane. We ain't going nowhere next weekend. That costs
South Carolina.
Money.
Good Lord.
Costs money, which we do not have.
They want to go to South Carolina. I mean, they want to go flying tomorrow, from what I heard from my group. And I'm like, it's not cold outside, but it is cool. And the jets have been flying a lot. If I did fly, it'd have to be way away from this area. I was going to show y'all a trick with solar for the people that don't know it. Some people may know this trick. This is not for people that have solar panels mounted directly to their vehicle, like, say, Will. Unless Will has an adjustable solar panel, which I doubt. I think it's pretty much solid mounted to his, what's up, Zach? It's solid mounted to the top of his van. So, for people that have solar panels to charge your little battery pack or whatever you got, I was just going to show the best way to line your solar panel up with the sun. It's a neat little trick. It's not my trick. But you can look at the sun and go, okay, the sun is kind of in this direction. I'm going to point my solar panel in that direction, which gets you close, but not really close. So say this is your solar panel. We're just going to say this is a solar panel, and I have light kind of shining towards it. So all you do is get a can of something. It doesn't matter. This happens to be Manwich, which is probably going to get its name changed before too long because that's not politically correct, right? So all you're going to do is put the can up to the solar panel. And if I can figure out which way to turn this. So what you're trying to do is you turn your solar panel until the shadow disappears off of the can, which is really hard to do looking at the screen. If I'm looking at it this way, there we go. So you want the shadow to pretty much become one with the can. When that happens, you have your solar panel in direct line with the sunlight. There you go. Little trick for you guys if you ever get a solar panel and you're trying to find the best way to point your solar panel, that'll work. Just a can, slap it on there, move your solar panel until there's no shadow. Basically, it's a perfect circle. Then it's pointed directly at the sun, which will change, like every 10 minutes. You'll probably have to go move it, but it'll still be pretty close. I mean, I'd say every 20 minutes or so, you probably need to go adjust it. Now, I haven't had the opportunity because the lowest my solar panel, my battery pack has been is like 60 something percent or 70%. And if I hook it to, I have a 120 watt Blue Eddy solar panel, which is right here, which weighs a metric ton. But yeah, there's a Blue Eddy solar panel. And I can hook it up. I don't
Do you
usually
have
get
me
100.
muted?
No, I couldn't
Why
hear
does
you.
it say unmute on the screen? Oh, it's
I-
gone now.
I don't
Oh.
know. So what was I talking about? Solar panel. Oh, I don't get 120 watts. I think the most I've seen out of it's 103 watts. But with that rate, it literally charges it up from like 60 or 70% all the way to 100 in 30 minutes. So that's pretty quick. Now, Blue Eddy did come out with a new thing called the Charger One, which you can hook it directly into your car's battery, and then that thing puts out almost 500 watts. So it would charge it really fast, especially if you have one of the bigger solar pack or battery pack things. It would charge it really quick. Hey, Bill, what's up? Bill missed the whole solar trick. Dadgummit. Now I'm going to have to. Thank you, Cloud Chucker, for doing that. There's no reason to spend that kind of money on that thing. I will show it again real quick for you, Bill. What I was saying is if you had a solar panel, a portable solar panel, not saying you do, don't know if you do. This is not my trick. I did not come up with this. So say this yellow pad is your solar panel. You get a can of dog food or whatever you got, and you lay it on the solar panel, and then you're going to turn your solar panel until the shadow disappears from the can. It pretty much becomes one with the can. If you got it like that, that means your solar panel is pointed directly at the light or the sun. Then you know you're getting the best you can out of it. That was the solar panel trick. There you go. The can trick. You can look it up. I'm sure there's multiple YouTube videos on it. Because I was like, I think I'm getting the best out of it, but I don't think it's exactly right. And then I looked up and found that, and I was like, yeah, that's what I'm going to try. And it works. It works great. We did have, like I said, a guy come by. Don't need to mention the company's name, but his name was Zach. And wanted to sell us solar panels and basically, made it seem like it was the greatest thing
Steve's
ever.
A sucker.
And, you don't pay a thing out of pocket, blah, blah, blah. Well, technically you do and you don't. They finance it the first 18 months or 12 to 18 months. And then after that, you pay for it. But by that time, you've saved quite a bit on your power bill, and then you take that money that you saved and start paying on the solar panels, which is still only like $60 to $80 per month, depending on how many solar panels you get. I mean, those things run, just say you get like 10 solar panels, that's about 20 grand, and that's without batteries or anything. So,
and you think that's going to be $80 a month for 18 months? You realize that math is not mathing, right?
No,
okay.
no.
Okay.
I'm saying they pay your bill for the first 12 to 18 months. And then you start paying your own, you start paying for it after that point, is what I was saying. But the big thing I had with it is the way they set it up, it doesn't come with batteries. So basically, I was like, so if I lose power, I'm screwed. Because you can't run an entire house off of 10 solar panels. It's just not enough. So you need batteries. And I'm like, this system don't have batteries? Well, we can hook up batteries, but no, it does not come batteries. And I'm like, okay, well, that defeats the purpose, because if I lose power, I want to be able to switch on the batteries and still run everything in my house. Now, we don't lose power a lot here. I mean, I think the whole time I've been here, we've lost power twice. The first time it went out for like 20 seconds. And the last time it went out for probably 4 to 10 minutes, maybe a little bit longer, but it wasn't bad. So yeah, you got a 30 watt. I got a 10 watt, over here, Bill. Now, yeah, if you're just charging your phone, then you're good. Eventually Kyle Chucker's going to figure out how to do that. If you're just charging your phone, you're good with something small like that. 30
So,
watt, that's
and
bigger
and
than
the
what I got.
the tax credit is not 60%, it's 30.
Oh, I thought you said 40%.
I mean, he may have, but he was wrong. It's 30. I just looked it up. And the long story short, the answer is absolutely not. No. No.
Which Munchkin made abundantly clear. No, 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 no. So I'm like, all right.
He said we can just meet with them. I said it's going to be a real short meeting because the answer is going to be no. No. Every purchase closing I do, I tell people to avoid people like the plague that are stopping by their house trying to sell solar panels and under sink water filters and all the other crap that nobody needs. If they did, they'd go looking for it. Yeah, absolutely not.
This pod I actually enjoy, guys. This is the V&M ice mode, which has adjustable ice, right? So it looks like this. It has a pretty picture of a mountain on there. Right now, the ice is turned off. I'm down to 15% on my juice level. But, so this little button in the center, if you double tap it, it goes to ice mode 1. Then you can go to ice mode 2 or ice mode 3. And what that does is, normally when most of the pods you buy out there, I'd say 98% of the pods you buy have ice in them. This one, you can turn the ice off or on whenever you want. So if you don't want ice, you can vape it without ice. If you do want ice, you can vape it with just a little ice, medium ice, or heavy ice, whichever one you want. And it actually works really good. That ice mode works every time. I think it's give my nickname and then the amount, Cloud Chucker. So give at Scuba and then the amount. Try it that way. Cloud Chucker can never remember. You remember? You remember how to do it? I'm thinking about getting 4 Petrot Solar Gen, but it has a $3,000 price tag.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, my thing is, if I ever did solar panels at the house, you forgot the exclamation point, Cloud Chucker. Do you forget one thing, then you remember something else and then forget the other one? So if I got solar, I would want to be able to power the house in case of a power outage. Like all those poor people in Florida and North Carolina, Tennessee, they're without power. If they had some type of battery, now granted, if it's solar, they would have been okay. But if they're on anything else, like if it was just solar, no batteries, and they say they ran down the batteries, but there was no sun to recharge those batteries. Now the batteries are only going to charge so fast, so it really would depend on how high of a wattage system you had and how big your batteries were, because it takes a lot longer to charge those batteries than it does to drain those batteries. Wow, Cloud Chucker cannot give, and he cannot give, and nobody can give. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Shopsolar.com. Shopsolar.com? What? Anyway, we're not ready for solar anyway. The big catch was, which really made me go, because they wanted to know if your credit score is over 650. That was one of the first requirements. Your credit score's got to be above 650. And I'm like, why do they need to know your credit score? Obviously, there's some kind of money changing hands if you need to know my credit score. So, yeah, that's because they have to finance it.
Yes,
and
which
you have to
means
be
they're
able
going
to
to be
qualify for those
filing a
finances.
financing statement that's going to attach to the house, and it's going to be a lien on our house.
Yeah, 3,000 worth. Wow, our thing can't even give me money. I tell you what, the bot just refused to give anything. You know, if you run like a 3,000 watt generator or inverter, I should say, you got to run some really thick cables, and you got to have thanks, Cloud Chucker. I give. That's awesome. Yeah, I think Cloud Chucker, you should keep your money. Don't spend it on. I mean, a lot of people like spending money on really expensive mods and stuff, and honestly, I don't think it's worth it to spend that much money. All of them do the same thing. Now, I know you say, well, cars have different price tags, and they, depending on how much luxury you want, is how expensive you're going to spend on the car. I think that's different though, because they're all way different in quality and length of life and parts and service, and all. Cars are just way too complicated. Mods all pretty much do the same thing, and the mod can be as good as it wants to be. If the RDA or RTA or whatever you have on top of that mod sucks, the mod's you're still gonna think the mod sucks because what you have on top of it sucks. So whatever's on top of said mod, that's the most important part, because if it vapes like crap, it's still gonna taste like crap. It's just a vape. Exactly, Cloud Chucker. It's just a vape, man. Just like those Geppettos. Holy moly. You have to take a loan out on your house to get one of them things. They're very pretty and very nice, and probably a very good collector's item. Do you ever think you could even get close to that amount back out of it? No.
No.
So it's better off spending your money in something that you know you can sell later down the road if you choose to, or something you're going to keep forever and never sell. Mods and stuff, I mean, I can't say anything because I collect a gabillion of them, but I try not to buy a lot of expensive ones if I can help it. There's nothing groundbreaking out there, especially that's expensive, that I want. Most of the groundbreaking stuff gets released to the mainstream, and it's all stuff you can afford. It should be okay. Maybe, Shane, maybe. Get your resale on. I may have to rebuild this this tank, because it's funny, because the guy that came by to sell the solar also vapes, and he pulls out this little disposable, and so did I at the same time, but I was like, yeah, that's not a mod. Then I pulled this one out, and he's like, holy crap, dude. And I'm like, yeah, I got a vaping problem. So our nice drip tips, are they moo drip tips? I mean, I bought one nice drip tip ever that I know of. I have bought cheaper ones, but I really like that
you
gear
bought
one.
One nice drip tip, which was in my cart to purchase for you for Christmas, and then you bought it right out from underneath me.
Oh, look, it's right here. So this one has gears and stuff from a watch inside of it, which is not going to focus because it's focusing on my face. And there we go. So yeah, that's got gears and stuff. It's pretty cool. I like that. And it goes on the gold fatality, Just saying. Now that juice in there is really old, obviously.
I dare you to vape it.
I'm not.
I triple dog dare you.
Okay. You ain't scaring me. Triple dog dare me. Let's see here. I triple dog dare you to vape that. Oh yeah, we're about the right. Yeah, it's a new coil. There we go. Oh, look at there. It still vapes. Hey, that tastes like an old shoe.
Yum.
Not very good. Not good. Yeah.
No, wouldn't want to vape old shoe.
I was hoping it would get past that, but
Right? He said, "You don't scare me," but yet he did it, didn't he?
you can't scare me. I did. Yeah, of course. I did it.
Mhm.
Told you I would. I mean, I know
did.
what's in there.
I did break the rules and skipped right over the double dog dare, though.
I think it's time to make Munchkin smile. Here we go. Uh-oh. You're
Oh,
scaring
Lord.
me, Shane. I have no idea. Vaping a shop would be a crock. What?
I think that's supposed to say a shoe. Vaping a shoe would be a crock. Hmm. It helps if you spell it right, Shane.
Damn, Shane. You can't do the joke wrong. Oh, you gave me the link, Cloud Chucker? Of course you did. Let me
It's
see.
almost that time, trash bag flyer. It's almost that time
What time?
for a Christmas story.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
man. A Christmas Story. I've seen that movie so many times. Oh my God, I can't even begin to tell you. Are you over 18? Cloud Chucker, why do you try to get me to buy stuff from overseas?
I mean, it's a drip tip. How bad can it be to ship a drip tip?
Exactly. How bad can it be? Well, I'm sure they'd let me know because you pay what, $12.49 for the drip tip, and then you pay $40 for the shipping, which is probably 50 US. Who knows? I'm just guessing.
40 for the shipping for a drip tip. Throw that bitch in an envelope and slap some stamps on it.
If you did that, it would get crushed. I mean, you could put it in an envelope if you wrapped it in cardboard, probably. I did that, Cloud Chucker. What do you think I was just doing? Cloud Chucker? I was just looking at it.
Why are you getting all pitchy?
He said, no, just look. And I did. That's why I said I'm looking at a drip tip.
Yeah, he was telling you what he bought, and he wasn't telling you you need to buy it.
What? It took me to... Let me go back to it again, because maybe I went to the wrong thing. Because I had to click, yes, I'm over 18. Then it took me, instead of to the link you gave me, integrated drip tip. Oh, yeah, okay. That might not be bad, especially for a burro. Kind of expensive. So does it come with all four of those?
A burro is a donkey, not it's a burro.
I call it a burro if I want to call it a burro. I burrowed it out. I forgot. Oh, let's see. Okay, got that. Okay, there we go. I think I'm caught up now. I think. So we don't have any cock tonight. So I'm drinking mango habanero straight, which is quite strong, but also has a little bit of spice to it. It's got a good kick to it.
It's really good with orange soda.
All I have is fruit punch, Gatorade. So
Ew.
well, I didn't put it.
I
with
mean,
it.
we have Coke, but I don't think it would go well with.
Oh,
Coke
it's 4
either.
drip tips. Well, that's not bad there, Hot Chucker. That's a good deal on that. That's the weird thing about those smaller mods that have the built-in, screw-in type drip tips. Getting a good one that you like is hard. I know there's some that I like on mine and some that I don't like, so I have to sit there and play with it until I find one I like.
I think the days of cool drip tips are behind us.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, I don't need this blinding light anymore. Wow.
Matt gave me permission to walk around in my sock feet today so everybody could see my chicken socks.
Matt gave you permission?
Well, not that I needed permission, but
I was going to say.
I showed him my socks. He's like, see, now you can walk around in your socks like Christine does, but socks like those, because those are fancy socks.
Oh, I didn't chat in this show?
So
How
they
about
think you're
now?
not here?
See if you can give me coins now. I just chatted.
I'm going to rob your ass.
What? Wait.
What?
Will be there soon. He's on a Dairy Queen run. That makes perfect sense. Chat back. I did. I chatted. Oh, it works now. Wow. Okay, so that's our thing figured out what it was. It's because I haven't I didn't type in chat yet. And you have to the thing has to know you're here to be able to give it to you, I guess. So now it works. Well, there we go. We got that figured out. That's one thing we're missing out on. Hey, I'm gonna bet the money I just made. I only made 1,000, and I bet 10,000. That's a little bit.
You
difference.
didn't make it; they gave it to you.
Well,
That's you didn't earn that, sir.
Scuba took the last seat, and it's time to head to Scuba's. So you know.
Wait a minute. So it's just me, you, Dyer. Okay, there's more than us then.
What's up, Walter? How you doing?
Hi, Walter.
I guess it is Saturday already, where you are. So. That's good.
Oh, we won. Yay.
We won. We won. We won. We won. I got 40,000. Linda, I know you didn't catch it at the end of your show last night. There's Will.
I will.
Will leave the Dairy Queen and go meet up with Shane. I know you're still stuck at Dairy Queen.
Kitty.
That stuff will go on sale again tomorrow. It'll be the weekend, and they'll put stuff on. So you can go back to Dairy Queen tomorrow, but for now, you can leave with Dairy Queen.
You know, I found one of my memories that came across my Facebook page the other day was Dairy Queen, and I didn't post the right picture, but these were. I stopped on my way to one of the courthouses at Dairy Queen to get some chicken fingers in a blizzard. The chicken fingers were just slightly bigger than the pack of ketchup they gave me to go with them. They were not chicken fingers. They were like,
Nuggets.
I don't know, like they snatched up some birds from the fucking parking lot. I've seen bigger nuggets. They were the smallest chicken tenders I've ever seen in my entire life.
Wow.
So much so that I had to post them on Facebook and complain about it. I've never bought food from Dairy Queen since that day, just because of that ripoff.
They
The same
robbed you.
way that I have never gone back to Uno's once they discontinued the bread bowl. So
Now this mod,
I will cut a restaurant off for less.
or this pod, I should say, made by Innovape, I do not like. It's mixed berry. It says Inno Bar. It says 7,000 puffs.
Mm-hmm.
This thing tastes dry from the very first vape. It's just not good. I don't
Maybe
like it.
it's a bad pod.
It seems like it's struggling to produce flavor, you know? And I'm like, this thing is brand new. It should be good. This has got way better flavor than this does. Just in my opinion. But, you know, who am I to judge? So, my neighbor, I have a bad habit. I like fixing small engines. And when, like, my other neighbor that was across the street threw away that lawnmower, I had to go snatch it because they had a Honda motor on there. I literally took the Honda motor over here. One of the valves was stuck. I basically took the whole motor apart, got the valve moving. The piston rings were also frozen. Got those moving again, put it all back together. I still use that lawnmower now. It runs great. So anytime I see somebody throw away, so my other neighbor threw away a pressure washer. And I looked this pressure washer up. I already have a pressure washer, but it's electric. The one he threw away was gas. Now, I looked this thing up, and it's the cheapest pressure washer that Walmart sells. It's a Power Stroke, I think is what it's called. And you can buy them brand new for like $235. Or maybe even $225. Dirt cheap. I've checked that thing over and over. At first it was low on oil. I added some oil to it. I'm getting spark. It has compression. It's getting gas. I even cleaned the carburetor. every time the thing tries to start, it backfires. And I'm thinking, well, maybe a valve. I checked the valves. The valves seem to be fine. Unless one's bent and I can't tell that it's not sealing all the way. I don't know what's wrong with it. So that's the first time I've ever had a small engine and go, it's really not worth tearing that motor down to try and fix it. Yeah, it could be the flywheel key also, Bill. That was, I could do that. I already had it tore down enough. I only got to take off one bolt and I can pop that flywheel off and check. If the flywheel key is sheared off, yeah, that'll do it, because that'll throw it way out of time and make it backfire. I was gonna check that, but I was like, there's no way he sheared the flywheel, but it's possible. I mean, I've seen my neighbor rig up some stuff big time to get it going, so I do not put that. I should have already checked it and just go, you know what? Let's just check the flywheel key. It wouldn't have been that hard to check it. Oh, thank you, Kyle Chucker. You cannot give me 10,000. You must be broke. It's not give the amount and then my name, right? I think he did it right. Is Kyle Chucker broke? Do we need to give him some money? Let's see. Give Scuba 1,000 and it works. And he put give Scuba 10,000 and it wouldn't do it. Oh, he's missing a space. I can't tell because it highlights it in
orange
for me, so I can't tell.
Hi, Silent.
So give space and then the @ symbol. What's up, Silent? I know you are just roaring to go, man, for Black Ops 6 and the new zombies and solving the Easter egg and day one glitches, because you know it's coming. You know as well as I do, it's glitch time. It's the one and only Munchkin, the main streamer, and Scuba, the sidekick. Thanks, Silent. I appreciate that.
No, this is the one time he gets to be in charge.
I saw something today that I did not know was a thing. And apparently, I'll scroll back, Walter. When you're playing World War II zombies, which I know Silent knows very well, when you're playing on that USS, whatever boat that is, I didn't realize that there's 7 spots that has rooms in that you drop 1,500 jolts to, and then it'll put a white ring on the ground. You go down in that ring, and when you get up, you have Barbarossa's sword, which I think is really cool. Not to mention, there's valves that you turn on that map. You turn all 7.
Thank you, Cloud Checker.
You turn all 7 valves, and the pack-a-punch fuse drops on the floor, and then you can pack-a-punch all the wonder weapons on that map. Yeah, Silent, I was like, wait, we've done that map a gabillion times. Never seen those runes. I didn't know they were there. You know the runes like on that the 3rd Frozen Dawn map? It looks just like that, but they're on that ship map that you play on the Tortured Path. And it looks like one of those rocks with a symbol on it, and you just go drop 1,500 jolts and you'll see it'll flash. There's 7 of them. You go do all 7 of those. Then it'll put a ring up there where you normally fight that creature that's on the blimp, whatever that thing's called. And you just go down there, and when you get up, you'll have Barbarossa's sword. Yeah, Silent, that is still some of the best zombies I think we ever played, man. World War II was the bomb. And I've been watching this other guy because he's still trying to solve the impossible or super Easter egg for Final Right, which a lot of leads and stuff. Apparently one of his buddies found a way to upgrade the Jack-in-the-Boxes on Final Right. Now, all it does is makes the Jack-in-Box stronger. So when the Jack-in-Box blows up, instead of it making crawlers, it kills everything around it, no matter what round you're on. And it's something about, I can tell you what it is, I don't know where. I'm finally full-time YouTube. Really? That is awesome. Congratulations, Silent.
It's
Do
very
not,
nice.
let me be the first to warn you, do not put all your eggs in that basket.
Mm-mm.
You need a backup job, even if it's just part-time. If you're making enough off of YouTube to get by, that's great, but trust me, the way the algorithms go and the way YouTube changes everything all the time, I'd keep a backup. Just me, but you know. Scuba needs algorithms.
I'll be right back.
Walter, you're a trip. Scuba needs them algorithms. Oh, you have a business. Gotcha. Okay, Silent. Then you're golden, man. You're good to go. You're good to go, dude. That is great to hear. I'd love to go fly at least 1 or 2 more times this year before it gets really cold, just to use up the gas that I currently have in my paramotor and the tank that I have sitting next to it. It's got stabilizer in it. Don't get me wrong, but I'd rather burn it out and have, nothing in there so I can winterize that thing and get it ready for next season or March. Apparently, that may be the first time I get to fly next year. It'll be March. Because that's when it all goes down. All right, so I told y'all I was going to try and rebuild this thing, but I need to vape it a little bit more to where that juice level's down low. I have not rebuilt this, what is this one called? The Blaze. Is this the Blaze? I don't think this is the Blaze. This is how forgetful I am. The Blotto. I have not rebuilt this Blotto in a minute. And I'm thinking that's probably why the juice does not taste like I remember. I have Kentucky bourbon custard in there right now. Everything I'll order: couch, fireplace, be a third. Then nice, Shane. Well, I saw that you had a lot of stuff put in there. That's what I was asking you during your show, but you wasn't paying attention to chat, which you always do. So I know you're not going to see it, so I have to yell in chat. What's up, Scott? I tried to go full time, but it wasn't secure because I was only doing YouTube. Gotcha, Silent. That's awesome, dude. And good thing I still got a PlayStation, man, because, it's hard to, I can't get Silent because I play Xbox more than anything, but I do have a PS5 that pretty much collects dust. I did turn it on the other day, and it had to update its tail off. I had to update the controller, the headset, the PlayStation itself. Everything needed updated. You was hammered. You did pretty good, Shane, to be hammered. Oh, Linda, what I was trying to say earlier, and I stopped myself. I was saying, you didn't get to see where we were playing the game, but some people couldn't make it to the game, and I really didn't want to do it by myself, so we basically postponed the game. We'll have to do it some other time. But it wouldn't even be a game if you knew about it, so we have to keep it on the down low. I gotta get Scott in on it. I think Scott will be good to get in on it. Yeah, Shane, I know you're lucky because you get to stay way down in the southern part of Florida. But you also have to deal with hurricanes and high winds and stuff like that. I'm not a big fan of that stuff. You forgot, Scott? You need to go back home and rethink your life. Frankenmeiser, what is going on, dude? What? Oh, because you lost? Hey, man, flipping coins ain't always, Munchkin as well, for sure. Bro, thanks for always supporting me and believing in me. I haven't seen you in many of my new stuff, but thanks for being there. Silent, I do work. I work 9 to 5 every day. And I try to go over there when I see you on. And sometimes I'm there and I just don't say anything. I mean, you're usually doing something, so but yeah, I go over there. I guess I'll have to show up more.
I prefer seasons, Shane.
He usually shows up here at least 10 minutes of my show. At least 10 minutes, right? Yeah. So, I mean, I got to give him that. I'm looking for the paramotor.
Not tonight.
John Q, this is the way I wanted to try to do this. I know in the summer or spring and summer, I talk a lot about paramotors because I'm flying a lot. But now that it's starting to cool down outside, the paramotor stuff will probably go a little further away and try to get back to some vaping stuff, just because a lot of people that watch the channel could care less about my flying. So I have to do that. Gonna have glitches before it's out for you. No, well, you're pretty fast at it, but we'll see. What I wanted to try mainly on the new Black Ops is, well, I forget what level you have to be to upgrade to PhD slider. I think you got to be level 36. Once I can get PhD slider, I want to see if that glitch works just like it did on Cold War, where you can slide out of the map. That'd be cool on the new. And be like, really? They didn't fix this? They didn't figure that out the first time? You would think they'd patch that, but we'll see. Well, Shane, we know you forget a lot of stuff, like forgetting to tell people bye when you leave and stuff. I gotta give Shane hell about that, because he just got the hell on.
He just gets up and leaves. And I saw him getting all of his stuff ready, and I'm like, I know he's not gonna just leave without saying something. The next thing I know, he's just gone. I'm like, damn. I even brought a pillow for him and everything, and just didn't even say boo.
This is how they enjoy their date, John Q. They sit back and listen to me and laugh and hang out, which is what we're probably going to do. I do want to go out there, probably drain the hot tub, refill it with fresh water, put some more bromine in there, shock it just to make sure it's all good to go. And it's going to be nice and cool outside, and we're going to get in that hot tub, and it's going to feel so good. And then I got that solo stove, which is not a solo stove. It's called a hot shot, but same thing. We can have a fire out back. I'm saying bye just in case I do that one day. Bill, that is awesome. Bill's telling us bye now just in case he forgets to tell us bye in the future. That is awesome. I may do that sometime. Hell, I may do it too.
I mean, it worked for me, John Q. I'm just saying.
That sounds like a common occurrence for you, Shane.
What, being short?
No, he did date night. He just cut it short.
I'm sure Krista's not surprised. So I have to make juice and clean this and re-wick it. My tank did not go together correctly for some reason. I've got a gap between the glass.
You need to unscrew and redo that. Read your last comment. Dadgummit, Silent. Oh, how's life been? It's been good here, Silent. Now that we've bought a house, and you probably don't know, Silent, but did propose to Munchkin. So Munchkin and I are getting married soon.
About damn time.
We will be a married couple, believe it or not. And that's happening sooner than later. I'm not sure when. We do plan on having a ceremony down in Florida at Flyer for Gauge when we go down there to fly and hang out with all our good buddies that like flying with us. Now Linda won't make it down there because she's a slacker and won't leave her own state. But other than that, everybody else is probably coming.
Munchkin's lucky. Hi, Kitty. You can't come up here.
I gotta give Linda crap just because I can.
I said you cannot come up here. You don't listen, sir.
That cat, oh my God. I'll tell y'all what, if anybody, that cat is definitely a dad's cat. He has to tell me good morning every morning, and he has to tell me good night every night. And especially in the morning, he will come up and push his head into my face, and then he will lick my nose, just lick the very front of my nose.
What are you doing,
if I'm petting him correctly, which I always do. He likes my pets, but
oh, Jesus,
he is a heavy cat.
He's a big boy.
But he is not. He would be much less likely to scratch you than Boots would. Boots is questionable. Boots will turn around and scratch whenever she feels like it. See, he's looking right in the camera. Hey, man. He was like looking right in the camera.
He sheds like nobody's business, too.
Well, Silent, I need to get married. I'm going to search next year, I think. Well, Silent, even if you find a woman next year, there's no rush to get married, dude. You are young. There's no rush to get married. Make sure you're making the right choice. That's all I'm saying. A lot of marriages end in divorce. Ask me how I know. So, just make sure she's going to be the right one. Then get married.
You know what? I'm just going to say this, okay?
Okay.
They always say, or not they, I don't know who they is, but I have heard, I can't remember who it was, that people, you know what? Now that I think about it, it may have been Medea, but I'm sure she probably stole it from someone else. Some people are in your life for a season. So even if you get married and get divorced, that person served their purpose. They made you who you are today, and vice versa.
Yeah.
So, no relationship is a wasted relationship. Some just end sooner than others.
Yeah.
Friendships, romantic relationships, all that shit.
Well, Silent, I know you're definitely into the whole Islamic thing at this point, and I know you're only getting better and better at it. John. So, I mean, hey, you're everybody's entitled to the religion, that's for sure. So, John Q, you making a song reference? Okay, gotcha. I gotcha. I picked up on that. I actually started the basement cleanup-ify.
I'll be the judge of that.
Well, all right, this is the thing, right? When you first walk into my basement, I have about 4 or 5 giant toolboxes down there. And a lot of tools I had not in the drawers. So I went down there and started putting tools in drawers. What I was trying to find is my compression gauge. So as I'm putting stuff in there, I'm looking, I know I have a compression gauge. And if not, I'm going to have to buy a new one because it's kind of an important tool. I had it when we were at the old house because that's how I check compression on those cylinders.
Yeah, you had to have had it because didn't you use it when you fixed the lawnmower?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's around here somewhere.
I can't find it.
Did you check the random bin of tools by our back door?
I did not.
Okay, it could be in there.
Well, either way, compression gauge, besides the key being sheared off, like, was it Bill that recommended that? Is it Bill that said that?
I don't know.
Possibly. If the key is sheared, that could be one problem that it had, because that'll throw it way out of time. If it's not the key, then I'm going to check compression. And if it has low compression, I'm not even, that engine, like I said, it's a Walmart POS. It's just going to get thrown to the curb. The only thing I really want from it,
thrown back to the curb.
yeah, back to the curb. The only thing I really want from it is the metal frame. I could use that metal. I could weld that onto maybe the trike if need be for a replacement part or something. I'll use that frame.
So after he reversed down the street and had to turn around to pick it up and go drop it back off, I started singing the Sanford and Son theme song at him when he got back in the truck.
Yeah.
Look, as long as my yard doesn't end up littered with random fucking parts,
No.
you can keep whatever you want. But part of the backyard cleanup is I want all that crap that's underneath the stairs gone.
Yeah, well,
I think we need to get all the big river surge out of there and put gravel underneath there too, and then we could use those big rocks because like the back porch, I want to do the square for the gravel, and then I want to do a circle a little bit further out that we can put the solo stove in the middle, and maybe we can use those big stones to surround the circle.
nice.
I mean, that's cool, Silent. There's whole college courses devoted to that.
Yeah, Munchkin did black and white on purpose, Cloud Chucker. Because she was not black and white to start off with.
I know I am in black and white. For some reason, I look blotchy today, and I figured the best way to discount that is to remove all traces of color from my camera.
I've got 2 acres of so-called crap. Well, there you go, Tiger. You know, I'm as bad as the next guy. I collect a lot of junk that I probably shouldn't collect. But if it's absolutely useless, I'll try not to collect it. There's some things that I may want to get, but I won't. So I try to just get stuff that I know could be good. Hell, that lawnmower that I got that I fixed, that turned out to be that's my main lawnmower now.
It is, but why do we still have the old janky one
in case
shoved
the one that I
stairs?
got from the trash stops working? I have a backup.
No, we don't. We're not keeping broken down lawnmowers.
The other one works.
Then shove it in the shed somewhere.
I have other stuff in the shed.
Well, figure it out, because I'm not keeping broken down lawnmowers in the backyard. I told you last night that you got your thing. I want my thing to be an enjoyable backyard, not full of garbage.
Hey, okay, trash rag. I'm glad you brought that up. So you fly radio controlled airplanes. So that's how my journey started with, which probably you have the same deal. I started off with remote control cars. Now, when I was young, there wasn't a lot of stuff that you could get. And a lot of the remote control cars were, you let go of the button and it goes straight. And when you hold the button, it backs up and turns. Those sucked. I wanted one I could steer. So then they started coming out with RC cars that you could steer. I really enjoyed those. Then I was like, hey, I want to fly a plane. So I think my mom got me first. She got those Aerobirds. I forget what you call them, that just go around on a stick. I got one of those every Christmas. Love those things. And from there, I end up getting the airplane you take outside on a string and go around in circles. That was crazy. And then I got a regular RC controlled electric plane. Me and my buddy flew those a while. And I was impressed with how high and long you could fly those things, because they have really big wingspan and they'll stay up a long time on one battery. From there, I got a gas RC plane. I only got to fly it a few times because
he crashed it.
No, not really. I flew it one time and I landed on the road, which a car was coming. Luckily, the car stopped because I was already in the process of landing. I was basically touching the ground when the car showed up. So the car stopped, let me grab the plane. Then I went to take off again. I was like, hey, let me know if I get close to this tree. And he literally, the guy I was with, literally watched the plane go all the way to the tree and never said a word. So I figured I better pull up. He's not saying anything. I pulled up and it clipped the tree a little bit, but not much. I kept flying. But ever since then, the motor leaked gas. And I'm like, why is the motor leaking gas? And I just haven't flown it since. I still got the plane, actually. So it probably still runs, but need a new, and then I went from there to drones, obviously. And, you know, after flying drones for a while and seeing how good a video they took, I was like, hey, I want to be the one flying. So that's when you know, basically I went from parasailing. I did parasailing first. Then when I turned 40 years old, I went hang gliding. And they took me up to 5,000 feet and, you know, with a tow ultralight. And then they let it go. And then the guy that was riding tandem with me just handed me the controls and said, you fly it. And I had zero training, zero anything, but he let me fly that thing all the way down to the ground and land it, which took about 20 minutes. That was an awesome thing. And after that, I was like, yeah, I need to do this. And I thought I was going to get into hang gliding, but I was like, man, I don't want to have to travel up the mountain every time to fly back down, then go right back up the mountain again. So I found paramotoring, and that was it. I was like, yep, I'm doing that. So the tree grabbed my airplane. There you go, trash bag.
Exactly, John Q. They're hiding.
No, I did do helicopters in between that time, Shane. I did do that, but oh, you fly with a guy that has a powered hang glider? Yeah, those look cool too, trash bag. I've never seen one of those. I've seen them on video. I haven't really seen one in person besides ultralights that are basically like planes that they're mini planes that are basically ultralight wings of what we do, but it's a fixed wing instead of, you know, a glider like we have. So but yeah, you have that kind of hang glider, you could take off from the ground and just keep going up. Did I see your last message? I'm trying to, Cloud Checker. There's a lot of messages. Have I got the Ether V2? And could you get one of those? Now the Ether V2, is that a bridge for the Burrow? If so, I wouldn't mind getting one of those, Cloud Chucker, and I'll pay you whatever it takes to get it over here. You see something good at that expo, you message me. Send me pictures. I will be like, yeah, I want that. Get it now. Because I'm a sucker.
Let's see what the silence say.
If it's a pod, though, you can skip that. It has to be some kind of mod or RTA, RDA.
Yeah, I mean, if your mom is Jewish, technically you are too.
Yep. Hang gliding was fun because literally there was no motor on it. So all you hear is the air going over the wing. It's just like a smooth sound of wind cutting over the glider. It was a cool sound, which you can get that on a paramotor too. If you get up there and basically shut your motor down and you're up high enough, you'll get that same sound, not just from the glider itself, but also the wind goes through your lines, and you can hear that because the wind has to split when it hits your lines, which, like I said, I need a line replaced on my wing, and I've ordered it. And I don't think she comes back till the 24th. So I might get it by Halloween, maybe, if I'm lucky. But there's no rush. And my wing will fly right now. It's just the sheathing that broke. But I don't feel comfortable flying it very much without that line being solid. It literally is the B line that goes to the very tip of my wing. There was no other line the hook. It goes up basically from my riser and then splits off to 3 lines all to the very tip. So if I was doing tip steering, that's what it would hook into. And that the sheathing on that one broke. So it's not like one of the lines that take a lot of the weight, so it's okay. So this is us not talking about flying. Somebody because Trash Bag brought it up, John Q. I wasn't trying to. Damn. He did catch me. All right, you call me.
He did. Mm-hmm.
Let me try to vape this a lot.
I was gonna say something. I forgot what it was.
Really? You cannot do that.
It was right here, and now it's just poof, gone. I don't remember.
I had the
It's
fan
almost
blowing up.
Time to.
I said,
Are you gonna talk again every time I open my mouth?
I'm not echoing. Yeah, it said time for what?
To order more flavoring.
Oh.
So he finally went down into the basement and got ballsy enough to open the freezer to make sure everything was still frozen in there, right? And didn't dig down far enough to take an inventory of our nicotine. I'm not zombie bait, Silent.
We can get her on there, Silent. She could be bait, and all the zombies will go after her, and we could go do stuff while she's getting beat up by zombies.
Just running around in circles.
I do like that they listened to the community and updated that horrid map. That what's that map called? Hell, it's in West Virginia. You know what town I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking about, but I don't know the name of it.
Yeah. Anyways, that map did not look like a zombie map. It looked like a multiplayer map, and it's like, really, what are y'all doing? Munchkin is a hidden pro. She is, right, Silent?
No, so you know what I don't like about the zombies games?
You can't.
Is I watch y'all play, right? There seems to be a lot of cool shit, right? But you can't stop to look at any of it. I don't like games like that where you have to constantly be moving. It's too much chaos.
Liberty Falls, even though we call it Liberty Balls, that's fine. I talk about whatever, not about one thing. Just having fun is the name of the game. You know, Shane, and I'm in the same boat, man. I mean, most of all my original shows was all vaping stuff, but I didn't.
Yeah, but that's when there was vaping stuff to talk about, when there was new shit out literally every day.
Yeah.
And now we don't have that.
You're right. We don't. And I know. And I wasn't flying then either. So, I mean, obviously I couldn't talk about flying then, but yeah, it's just.
Look, y'all have no idea what it's like to live with this man, because he's constantly looking at the wind or going, you know, it'd be a really nice day to what? A nice day to do what? It's always flying. Everything is flying, 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 flying. He will accost our clients. If they even mention Langley, he's all over him.
Well, I like. Mm-hmm. He showed a picture.
Will, you hush.
That's the Ether V2. Look how big the juice flow is on that. I like that because that means it can take higher ohm coils, or lower ohm coils, I should say, and it can feed more juice into there. I like that, Cloud Chucker. Just because it looks like it can handle flow better. You know, the problem with most of those burro or whatever she wants to call it, bongo tanks, is the juice flow holes are very small.
Short for so boro
it can't
silicate.
Keep up. It can't keep up with the vape that we like to do. How did he propose? Silent, it was a time thing. instead of me doing it like I wanted to do, I proposed at exactly 8 p.m. on her birthday. Because
I have to interrupt and ask a really stupid question because my brain is just short circuited.
okay.
What the fuck is this on the end of these tweezers? What is that? I need to
Ceramic.
Google for more ceramic. Thank you. All right.
Are you
Continue
kidding
on.
me?
But my brain was just like, wait, yeah, it's Friday. Just
Was it on a plane? No, it was right here in our living room, Silent. I literally I got down on one knee.
you did.
Probably my good knee. I don't know. No, I know I was on my right knee. And yeah, did the whole thing.
He did indeed.
Walter has a question. What was the question? Let's see. It's going to be in all caps somewhere. LOL. Question: has anyone flowed the Dudek Nucleon? Now, I believe Bill H. and John Wayne both have Dudek wings, but I don't think it's the Nucleon. They have the Universal 1.1, I do believe. Dudek Universal seemed to be a really good wing, honestly. And I think both of them guys fly that. I got no problem with Dudek. But I trained on that Mac Charger. And I really liked that wing, just how great it turned. Maybe it was because he adjusted the brakes. I don't know. My wing has gotten way better.
That's a fucked up Shane. All right, sorry. I just read his comment.
My wing has gotten way better since I changed the toggles on it. And now it actually is really responsive. You're invited, Silent, but it's going to be in Florida. You can actually watch a lot of us fly if you would like to come. We will be there. It is March of next year. You can come on down. Everybody's invited. Y'all can come on down.
So what am I supposed to vape while I'm cleaning out this tank? That's bullshit.
Well, yeah, there you go. I run into that same problem sometimes, so I usually keep a pod. March 6th to 9th. There you go. So it's called Fly It for Gauge.
If I pay you $400.
What in the hell? If I pay you $400, I will come. Wow. Silent. Wow. You got to pay me $400 just to come see me. What you talking about?
My plan is to, I mean, I don't know about streaming it live if anybody would want to see that, but we could. Now, that being said, I haven't thought of any of the details. I know officially, it is going to be prior to Florida, simply because Florida is more expensive. They have a waiting period and they make you take a class. The class does not shorten the waiting period, but it does make it cheaper, but it's still more expensive than here. Here, we can go to the courthouse, apply for the license, and be in and out total in an hour for $30. So, yeah.
Yeah,
But
I'm sure.
That's as far as I got on the details.
I'm sure there'll be video, if not streaming.
Okay, there Silent's gonna that's his other job, is he's a comedian.
Silent, don't say that too loud around her.
Make sure you listen to everything he says. That's why we're going to do the official ceremony with Shane.
I'll stream it from my view. Should be a great video.
Are you going to wear, you can wear a GoPro on your head, Shane.
Wow, you haven't been to a fly-in trash bag? Oh my goodness. Have you at least flown with other people around, like friends of yours? And how many people at the most have you flown with? That's the big question. Was it just
He's
one other
ordained. He's not a
person,
priest.
2 other people, 5 other people? How many people have you flown with together?
It has nothing to do with that, Scott. I just make better decisions
Because, I mean,
for the most part.
obviously the biggest fly-in is Bad Apples, but especially if you're a new pilot, that would be
don't know yet.
overwhelming because there's so many pilots in the air. I would be honestly scared, especially if I was a new pilot, to fly at Bad Apples because there's so many pilots in the air. You literally got to have your head on a swivel. 6 or 7 of us? That's not bad, trash bag. That's kind of like a fly-in, just a small one. Yeah. Yeah, and you know what? That's what we do. It's for the social thing. Even Shane, when Shane drove 12 hours to get up here to this fly-in, he didn't fly. It was a social thing. I got to fly, and Will got to fly, and Dro got to fly, and 555 got to fly. Ross didn't get to fly. He's from Aviator. He didn't fly. There was another guy
I
named
don't think he
Sean
brought
there.
equipment to fly.
He was flying. Dwayne flew. His name's not Dwayne.
Silent wants to know
Dwight.
how we met.
How did you 2 meet? Ooh. Silent, we met online through vape stuff. I mean, we always just talked as friends for the longest time. That was it. I was married, and we were just friends at that time, and that's the way it was.
Of course, the only way we knew you were married is because every time we'd keep you on the show for 9 hours, whenever she'd come home, you're like, I gotta go.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get yelled at. I gotta go.
Yeah. He with the D makes the rules. It's in the
No,
Bible.
no.
What?
I don't think so.
I don't think either one of us try to make any rules over either one of us, but I mean, Munchkin does try to be a little I don't know. She's got some stuff that she likes throwing down some rules every once in a while.
They're not rules. They're guidelines.
Whatever.
Whatever. You don't listen to my rules.
Damn right. No, stuff that she's like, why do you have your shoes on?
Exactly.
You got off of work, take your shoes off. Maybe I like wearing my shoes.
Well, I don't want you wearing shoes in the house to begin with until you start sweeping.
I guess I better take
How's
my
that?
shoes off right now. All right. There, I don't have shoes on. All right. The poopa scoopa. Well, I do a lot of poopa scooping, especially with my dog Methuselah. Bella.
No, you had it right. Methuselah. Ancient ass fucking hound.
By the way, I don't spend as much money as you think I do, John Q. Sometimes I get stuff from Amazon, but I don't make any big purchases. I mean, my last big purchase was, I don't even know what, the cooler thing. That was like a $200 and something purchase, and the battery pack thing, and the solar panel.
Yeah.
But those are like $200 purchase. They're not like big. I mean, big would be the paramotor, the wing. Those are thousands of dollars. So, yeah, those were expensive. But I paid for those. Those were paid for. They didn't even go on a credit card. I paid for those cash. I did not tell her that yet, Silent.
Yeah, really secret.
Yeah.
So secret he don't even know.
Ooh.
What?
Breeze. What's up, Breeze?
Hey, Breeze.
I don't know what that comment was I made about Breeze.
Call me the breeze. I keep blowing down the road.
3,300 on the couch, 400 for a fireplace. Oh, you just bought it, then told her? Well, hopefully she
Well,
liked
yeah,
it,
but
you
it's
know.
for your house, so it's
Yeah.
not like you bought.
And y'all will both get to enjoy it.
I
That's
bought
the
this for
thing.
my man cave.
Sing it, sweetie. She said, Bree said, swing it, sing it, not swing it. Oh my goodness. I
So,
cannot bait this fast
this
enough.
this glass does not. I don't know how to.
Yeah, if he
I
paid
guess I'll just push on
$400
it.
for a fireplace, that's probably an expensive fireplace.
Are we gonna have kids?
Silent.
The fuck you
hell,
talking
dude?
about? We're grandparents. Been there, done that.
Yeah,
No,
kids.
this factory is closed.
I
Out
I
of
already have
service.
3 children of my own, Silent. I don't need more.
No.
You can have kids, Silent. You are nice and young, and I would hate to have a child at
Oh
the
my
age I'm
God.
at
Could
now.
you imagine? Just having the grandkids over for like 2 hours is fucking exhausting.
I can't even imagine how hard it would be to try and raise a child now at an old age. It's like,
No,
really?
no.
Oh, we got to drop the kid off at daycare so we can go to work. Even
That would
if you were
be
retired,
awful.
it would still be a chore. Oh my God. You just want to take a nap because you're old and you can't because the child's awake and screaming at you because they're hungry. No, yeah,
Yeah, no,
I'm
I'm
way
good.
past that point. You can do that all you want there, Silent. You go for it. You're going to have 2? Go for it. Maybe you'll have one of each, boy and girl. I had 3 boys, so I got all boys. And she had a girl, so there you go. Who also had girls and a boy.
Yeah, she got one boy.
And
in
now
there.
another girl. And hopefully she stopped because
Yeah,
she's
it
had
needs
4.
to get on with it, John Q. Because I'm over this shit.
The fireplace is 60-inch, comes with heat. Wait, and comes with heat? What do you mean fireplace comes with heat? Go figure.
So it's a heater.
It will
I
never.
mean, we have
It's
one
just
of those.
for looks. Oh, okay. Gotcha.
But very rarely do we have to turn the heat on.
Yeah, we got one in the living room like that.
Well, Junior likes to turn the heat on whenever he comes over.
He sent me another picture. I'm getting so many messages I can't. Oh, jeez.
Look at him acting like he's Mr. Popular. I got so many messages I can't keep up.
Dadgum, look at all those colors you can put in there. So that
We're 20.
Boro
Yeah,
tank.
yeah.
Look at all
I'm
the
in my
colors.
20s. What about you, Scuba?
It's got mouth to lung and direct to lung. The Ether. Don't I have an Ether V1? I don't know.
That doesn't sound familiar.
Very nice, Shane. Well, you can see that Shane took a picture and he's not watching my show. He's watching something else on TV. So he's probably watching me on his phone, even though he could be watching me on that giant TV up there. Just saying.
No, we don't need to be on a giant TV.
Is that an exercise machine in there that's going to be a clothes hanger? Scuba has underwear that is 20. John Q, I honestly don't doubt that.
I have shoes that are older than that.
I told Munchkin last week, I was like, I need to buy some new drawers. And I did because I was like, I think my old underwear is just, it's had enough. So yeah, that's gone. Just the elastic in them goes bad after a while, whether you wear boxer briefs or boxers or briefs or whatever you like, you know. Oh, damn. So you actually get your row on. That's nice. I'll probably, timekeeper, what is going on? Haven't seen you type in chat in a minute, bud.
Hi,
And I know timekeeper
timekeeper.
comes around. He's there. There's John Wayne,
Try not to,
the
Silent. Good
Duke
night.
himself. Hope you're feeling better, John. I know you had some ups and downs there. Matter of fact, oh man, I was supposed to go by tomorrow. Remind me to go pick up my medicine from the freaking store. I forgot. They keep sending me a reminder. Hey, you gonna come pick up your drugs or what? So I gotta go get my drugs. But honestly, the ones that I'm going to pick up, which is lisinopril, I have a boatload of them. So it's not like I'm gonna run out. I did actually last night. I took the last pill that was in that bottle, but I have 2 spare bottles, so I'm good. But the amlodipine, that if I run out of that, I'm in trouble.
Alive is good. Have they figured out what's wrong? I mean, to be fair, Linda, some of
Pretty
his
ill, but
growers are
alive.
pretty old.
Damn, John, that sucks, man. I hope you snap out of that soon, man. John's a good dude. He is an inspiration to the older PPG pilots, I think. You know, because people will go, just like our boss. He's like, if I was younger, I might try paramotoring, but I'm too old for that. What is he now? Is he in his 40s?
He is a year younger than me.
So he's in his 40s. So
yes,
he's saying he's too old now to take up paramotor. I'm like, dude, there's people that are 90 years old flying a paramotor.
I don't think he's saying that because he doesn't think he could. He's just afraid of hurting himself.
I don't know why hurting himself. Wow.
I don't know that Quan would necessarily let him do that anyway. I'm just
46 is the average age of PPG. You know, John, I don't doubt that actually. I could see that. Because the sport didn't get popular until a while after. And number 2, the reason that 46 is the average age is because until you're 46, you probably don't have the money to be able to afford a paramotor. So you got to get older in age and make more money and save up before you can get a paramotor, because them things ain't cheap at all. John Q, you are so wrong about that.
What?
There are no police in the sky. Do what you want. Totally unregulated. I had a nice visit.
FAA would beg to disagree.
I had a nice visit from Langley Air Force Base that says, you got too close. They were not happy. And then the FAA called me twice. Now, did I do anything wrong? No. But they were just like, we'll be more comfortable if you stay further away from the Air Force Base. I'm not a freaking terrorist, dude. I'm not trying to take pictures of the Air Force Base and send them over to Chinese spies, okay? I'm just not.
Well, no, but you didn't mention it on Shane's show. So there's an article in our local newspaper that apparently back in was it December of last year, they had 17 days in a row. They had people flying drones. I don't know how much of this is actually true, because the only thing the news article stated was that 17 days in a row, they had drones flying in the vicinity of Langley and flying over the aircraft. And it was multiple drones with flashing lights and all the bells and whistles. But that they were never able to find out where they were coming from. Now on Reddit, some of the people were like, yeah, apparently they came across the Chesapeake Bay from Little Creek, which is an amphibious base. And then somebody else was like, they caught some Chinese guy climbing the fence trying to retrieve one. I would imagine that probably would have made the news. So I don't know how true that is. But when they told you when they came to visit that they had drones flying over, that's what they were talking about.
Well, and then John Q's like, oh, I guess it would be a FUI. Could you even imagine? It's bad enough
Yes.
with people with
Over.
DUI because obviously not you can not only hurt yourself but other people. Same thing with flying. You could not only hurt yourself but a lot of other people. And don't think, well, oh, I'm flying out in the middle of a field. That's no problem. Because especially if you've been drinking and you're flying, number one, your reflexes are going to be a lot slower. So when you do come to land, you're probably going to misjudge it and plow into the ground or misjudge where a tree might be or something, or how close your depth perception may be off. You may run slap into a car. Who knows? I wouldn't even think about flying if I've had something to drink. I'm just not going to do it.
Yeah, well, what's weird and what doesn't make sense to me, right, is like I said, I've only seen it on Reddit that they caught a Chinese guy trying to fish one out. From what I understand from the news reports, these were not small drones. So a Chinese guy trying to fish one out of a tree, or from what I read, trying to climb over a fence to get it. These things are not hobbyist size. They're not the size he has. These are the big ones. You can't just pluck that out of a tree. I mean, they're big. But if it was somebody other than dumbasses, why would you have all your flashy lights? Because you can turn all that shit off. Why would you have all your flashy lights and shit going if you were trying to spy on the Air Force Base? That just seems stupid. So I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah,
I would imagine we're probably not going to find out for quite some time, but still.
Yeah, they ain't gonna tell anybody. That's top secret. We can't tell you any of that stuff.
Well, I don't think we needed an F-18, but that seemed like it was way more fun.
Yeah, that airplane came from Langley Air Force Base.
Mm-hmm.
So the base that's literally not even 2 miles from me is what went and shot down that balloon.
Do you think they got to draw straws at who's the one that got to go do that?
I don't know. Maybe it was the chick. No, I think it was a dude. I think they did say the guy's name.
I don't know.
But there's a chick that flies one of the jets over there because she was in the air show.
This tastes much better. More pear claw.
Well, okay, Shane. I'm okay with that. I see what you're saying. Like, you could have 2 beers. 2 beers probably calms your nerves. I'm talking about if you were any kind of tipsy, don't fly. But 2 beers, yeah. I mean, just same with Munchkin and I. We drink 103 proof all the time. So a couple beers is nothing. But I try not to drink anything until I know I'm past, like, way after sunset when we can't fly. That's when I'll start drinking. But it's the good thing is I have been blessed to not have like an addiction. I could go right now and not drink anything the rest of the year. It's just
stop staring at me, ma'am.
I probably wouldn't talk much during the show. I'd probably just be quiet. I mean, like tonight,
bullshit.
all I had was that one little drink. That's it.
You talk anyway.
I talk anyway?
Yes.
I don't know.
What was that big thud I just heard? What'd you drop?
Everyone who drives should have 2 to 36 beers. 36 beers. That little refrigerator thing is the bomb, man. It is keeping. I got a whole 24 pack of Gatorade in there, a bunch of bottled water, and some sodas in there, and they're all ice cold. It is amazing how good that thing keeps stuff cold. I like it.
Cats appreciate it too.
Yeah, for some reason the cats. Now I bought a cover for it to keep it cooler. Go figure, but I did. And the cats were wanting, as soon as the first cat got on there and tried to sharpen his claws, I instantly got a towel and put on top of it now. And now the cats go and lay on it because I guess it's cool to them and they like laying on top of it. I thought they like laying on heat because they'll lay out in the sun.
It has nothing to do with it being cool. It's because they can.
It's
It's another surface for them to lay on.
Yeah, they're like, oh, here's another spot we can lay. Let's just lay. Because they'll lay in a little bitty box. They don't care. They laid in that pan that's way too small for them. They'll go and each cat had to go try out the pan. It's a little aluminum foil pan.
We have a stack of aluminum foil roasting pans, and I walked around the corner and there was a cat sleeping in it. So the one on the top's not going to get used.
Well, they're sealed in plastic, so I don't know how. I mean, they're sealed.
I don't know. They're weird.
But all the cats, every one of them cats have tried that aluminum foil bacon thing. It's like, really?
Even Bandit's big ass gets in there. I agree with that. No, we're not. They don't yank out their claws. They cut them off at the first knuckle.
Oh, I would definitely not be the one to go, hey, you shouldn't be drinking. That's not what I'm saying at all, Shane. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I wouldn't feel comfortable flying if I'd been drinking. But like you said, I don't think 2 beers would be bad. If you start doing I had a whole 6-pack, I'm gonna go flying. I don't know if that'd be a good idea, but 2 probably not. Gonna hurt you anyway. What did John say? Yanking out their claws, yeah, that won't happen.
No.
That would be terrible to do to a cat.
I think they made that illegally, but they, like I said, they don't yank them out. They basically cut it off at the first knuckle. So you're like cutting the tips of their fingers off.
Ouch. Yeah, and our cats don't scratch. They actually are doing really good. They're not scratching up the furniture. They have a cat tree, and Boots is cat number 1. That cat goes and sharpens its claws at least 8 times a day on that tree. At least. Those just the ones I see. If she gets excited at all, she's got to go sharpen her claws. You pet her, she'll get excited, go sharpen her claws. It's just like, wow, do you really need to sharpen your claws?
It depends on the tolerance. Like, so back in the day, when I was in high school, to me, wake and bake was an everyday thing. I basically, my tolerance was so high, it didn't really affect me anymore. Now, oh hell no! I'd take one hit off a joint and have to go lay down. there would be no flying at all.
Well, it's funny because it's saying smoking a joint. I can remember when I was young. See, I would be scared if I was flying high that I would not apply enough throttle, because I know for a fact when I was a teenager and I was high one time, I was literally in a 45-mile-an-hour speed limit and I was probably doing 15 miles an hour. I thought I was flying until I looked down the speedometer and I was like, holy crap, no wonder everybody's passing me. But I tried to speed up and couldn't. I felt like, so I ended up pulling over. I felt like I was flying, man. I'm like, I'm zooming. And I was only doing 15. So I pulled over into a grocery store parking lot and just sat there because I was like, if I'm this high that I can only do 15 going down the street, then we don't need to be driving. I don't need to be driving. So I just pulled over and waited till it wore way
I've
off.
only been too high to drive once. Well, no, more than that, but I've only actually been driving once where I had to pull over because the lights on the side of the highway were fucking with me bad. It was, I had to pull over.
You were flying at 15? Not 15 kilometers per hour, 15 miles per hour. Even though kilometers would probably be kilometers would be even slower if it was 15.
Yeah, I've never known how they defang a snake, but I would imagine they just pull them like pulling teeth. But
don't drink and drive, smoke weed and fly. Wow. Isn't that, I mean, because the whole bumper sticker I wanted to have is, you know, me on a paramotor, and right next to that I was gonna put "This is how I get high."
Mm-hmm.
That would totally contradict everything if I really got high and then went and flew. It's like I get high both ways, or I would have to change my whole saying. I get high all kinds of ways. I like how it says, focus on your stream and let YouTube insert ads for you. How about no?
Ow, weren't you just looking for a way to insert ads?
Wow. Really, Shane?
What?
He
Missed it.
took off. He took off when he was too far gone, and he flew for an hour at 1,000 feet, and then when he felt right, then he landed.
Well, I mean, I guess once you're up there, just stay up there instead of trying to land.
This is the other way I get high. There you go, trash bag. I don't know. I think it's far too dangerous of a sport to screw with your senses. I enjoy flying too much to be like, I'm already high off of just flying. If I add a high on top of that, that would be too much. Hello, Stina. How y'all doing?
Hi, Stina.
I guess you're back home now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Look like a fun trip. I like that little pretty Betty Boop dress you had on or whatever. Your proposal dress. That was pretty cool. She looked so colorful. I was like, is this a cartoon? It was just bright.
He said she looks like Betty Boop. I said that's the fucking point.
He was all, I mean, it was like, boom, that dress was bright and clean.
Mm-hmm.
And congrats to you guys. That's awesome. It was one-time thing for me. Didn't realize it until got into your seat. But I always tell my mistakes. Understand completely, Shane. There's nothing wrong with that. You love that picture so much. It is a good picture, Stina. I mean, that was awesome.
Well, I mean,
y'all
yeah,
probably got a lot of pictures of you in that dress.
There's no sky cops that are gonna like pull up beside you and go, ahem. They'll wait till you land.
Yeah, they'll point at you and tell you to land. They'll point, hey, get down. You know, they'll do that number. But it's the same thing, just like in view. They wait till you land, then go, hey, we don't want y'all flying here. But we didn't do anything. We didn't damage any property, didn't hurt your land whatsoever. If anything, it'll bring y'all business. I don't understand why you would want us to leave.
Did you just call her Stink?
He called her Stink?
He spelled it wrong instead of Stina. He said, hi, Stink. Whoops.
Hey, I've been called Cuba and Suba and you name it, so.
Suckba.
Suckba, yeah.
You heard that lady call me Janet the other day, right?
Probably.
And you heard what I said, right? Yep, all good. I didn't even try to correct her. I'm just like.
Sore than shore? How many beers a day do you think I had? I'm gonna guess 10 to 12. I mean, because I know for a fact that Shane would go back and you couldn't tell because he had his drinks in a little koozie thing. So he could go change it out when we wasn't paying it because he would disappear all the time. And I'm like, oh, he's probably getting another drink, which is probably what he was doing. So I have no idea though.
He didn't seem tipsy at all to me, so.
And trash bag, I think that's the way it is everywhere. A lot of people are really enjoy seeing us fly, but you always got those few Karens that try to ruin it for everybody. And the whole thing, John Q saying, you know, self-regulated. The reason why we self-regulate or we try to abide by the rules is so that they don't impose more rules upon us, like making us have to get a license to fly a paramotor or changing the rules to make it where we can fly even less. So I think it's important that some people that do fly paramotors that really bend the rules a lot shouldn't be flying, because they're taking it to the extreme, and it's going to get them noticed by the FAA, and they're going to impose new rules on us. But they think it's perfectly fine to do what they're doing. You know, they keep on doing it.
24 beers a day. I would have never guessed it was that many.
24. I didn't see him. Well, I would say he never went to the store to get a refill, but he probably did when he was with Will, because he needed help to carry all the beers back to the truck. I can't carry all this beer by myself, Will. You go with me to the store. All right.
Well, I'm sure he brought some with him, and what, you just buy an extra case when he goes to the store.
He probably bought a whole bunch. I came prepared. He already had it with him.
8 hours bottle to throttle.
So 24 beers a day. Good Lord, man. I don't think I could do.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. So he had a beer an hour. Well, I mean, that's if he got up at midnight and started drinking right off the bat, which he didn't do. So he's drinking a lot fast.
I mean, at the seafood festival, we were there for 4.5 hours, and we had 3 beers, two bourbon and cokes. I had 2 of the guinea gotchas.
I know I had 2 guinea gotchas also, besides the bourbons and cokes and I don't know how many beers I drank. I had quite a few. I'd say I'd had 12 to 15 total during the 3 or 4 hours, but we were at an all you can eat drink festival. Of course, I'm going to try to get my money's worth,
right?
Or Jeff's money's worth.
Jeff's money's worth.
Out of that event. Oh, I got to show y'all this. I do have video while we're at the event. This old lady was dancing her heart out, and I was like, oh my God, she is so cute. Let's see. You might be able to see her once it goes around. That's too bright. You can't even see her.
I can see it. Well,
she's gotta be in her 90s. Yeah, it looks. Wait,
Good night, Harry.
I know what I can do. Let's try this. Really, you too?
Yeah, well,
I'll
when
fix
you're
that.
just sitting around chit-chatting and talking to people, there's not really a whole lot else to do.
There's no way to fix the color on this. That is so shot out. Why does it do that?
I don't know.
Well, whenever Mick shows up, there's something for Mick. There's a Pink Floyd watch. You know, look at there. $39.95, which you can't even see the price because it's blurred out on the screen, but there you go. All right, let's get back off of that. I got too much stuff in my way now. Right? The dark side. Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
What does Stink about that? What does Stink think about that watch? That was for Mick. Mick, I was saying Mick, but he's not in here tonight, so I was just
John
saying
Q just wanted to call Stina stink again.
that's a nice watch. I
I
love
thought that was a
Floyd.
cool looking watch.
I'm sure it's from China somewhere. I was just showing it. It was some kind of ad I saw probably on Facebook, and I thought it was cool because, you know, it was a cool Pink Floyd watch. So whether it holds up with time, who knows? I mean, the watch itself looked nice, though. Floyd is awesome. Floyd is awesome. You know, now a lot of people listen to music when they fly. I think I would. I mean, I'm comfortable with doing it. It's just usually I'm talking and recording, and because the headset that I got, which is the PPG Smoke V2, is the one I'm using because the V3 sounded like crap. If I play music, it records all that. So if I play it on YouTube, not that I care, because I'm not going to ever make any money off the videos. So I mean, I probably should just let the music play, go with it. But you know, I don't care. Strike me down. Lots of other people on YouTube posting videos with definitely copywritten music. They don't seem to care. If you don't like Floyd, there's something fundamentally wrong with you. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I don't got it as much as Mick does. I mean, Mick's got the whole sign and everything behind him, and he's got a mod made out of it. I usually just have comms and whatever Gaggle's saying. Yeah, see, I have all that. Gaggle, comms with I either use my 2-meter radio or my airband if I'm talking with Langley, which I've only tried to do once and they didn't answer. And also my phone, so I can take phone calls and or play music through at the same time. But Gaggle is really good about, hey, there's an aircraft. Hell, my last video, it tells about an aircraft, but the aircraft was 6 miles away and 3,000 feet above me, so I was good. You just have Will fly behind you. Hey, Shane, it's about to get dangerous. Land. Nah, I'll be fine. There's just some power lines up ahead. I'll be all right.
I like Rush too. We went to a Pink Floyd laser light show, so we had to go through McDonald's to get a cup of water so we could take bong hits. Do you know how difficult it is to take a bong hit when you're shoved in the back of a Corvette? Because that's not really made to house people. But that's where they shoved me. But that was fun. That was very neat. It was at the planetarium. I'm sure we are not the only high people that went there.
Let me see if I can find it. Gaggle gave me a notice today, and I was like, wow. No, I don't want that one to show. I want that one. I want those to open up. There we go. See, it says that the airport for Saturday is looking good to fly. I've never had Gaggle come up and say, hey, it looks good to be flying tomorrow, but it's showing up as that. And if I click on it, let's see what the wind's going to be as it tries to update itself and sit here very slowly. Because the wind was looking high. So Saturday at, what time is that? Saturday. 2100 hours? No, we don't. Is that Saturday or Sunday? I can't even tell now. It's like, really? 11 miles an hour, 13 miles an hour? That doesn't look right. Right now, the wind's at 3 miles per hour, so I don't know what... It's hard to tell from this what day is what. I clicked on Saturday, but... So just say, okay, there's sunrise. 5 miles per hour. So, not bad. 5 miles an hour. Oh, Shane's getting out of here. Leaving about 10 minutes early. Cobra is cooler than I knew. What was good 25 years ago?
Taking bong hits to the back of a Corvette. He asked if
Oh.
that was at Soar the Shore. I said no, I would die.
Soar the Shore. We had fun at Soar the Shore.
Yeah, but we're not taking bong hits. I can't do that anymore. I would die. I would die.
Yeah, no, I was bad enough being straight and losing my keys. There you go,
Start
Stina.
collecting vintage dessert
Vintage
plates.
dessert plates. I don't know where to
There you
get any
go.
of those.
I would imagine thrift stores, flea markets. Hey, Stina. Slappy told me about, was it called estatesales.com, where you can go to the website and put in your zip code and it'll tell you about all the estate sales and shit in your area. So you can go and pick through. Oh, you're on it? Cool. Because
Yeah,
I had to leave that website because I was spending money I didn't have. Because I didn't need any of that stuff. But yeah, that's it.
I'm scared to look at it. Even when I see the Facebook Marketplace stuff, I'm like, there's no way that price is real. Because if it is, I'd go buy it right now.
No, I don't look at the Facebook. No, the estatesales.com is they'll tell you the estate sales, and a lot of them will let you look at what they're going to have and how much the prices are. So you know if there's anything you're even interested in to go. Remember I was telling you that I found like the plastic storage racks that go in your garage and stuff for like $20 a piece? That was on that website. The only thing is you'd have to get there early so you could get in there and pick through before everybody else did.
Yeah, that's the best way to find them plates. State sales, yard sales, thrift stores, you name it. Because a lot of people don't know what they got. And you can find stuff, authentic stuff, because all the new stuff is like the same old crap. But that older vintage stuff is nice.
Dina, I'm surprised you're not collecting the uranium glass. Because that's cool. Well, I mean, a lot of those plates you probably shouldn't eat off of either, but.
Yeah, you're not going to microwave with them, Linda. They're probably not going to ever be eaten off of anyway. They're display pieces. So you wouldn't want to buy one that's all chipped and busted up either. So
No.
It's just to show off. Look at what I got and you don't.
I finally busted out my grandma's china because it was just sitting in a box in my garage, and I'm like, I'm never gonna have a china cabinet, so why not just use them? So we use them as our everyday plates. They cannot be microwaved because they have a very thin line of silver that goes around the edge of the plate.
Yeah, I noticed that.
It will spark, and it gets very hot.
I put one in the microwave by accident, and all you can see is sparks. I was like, "Oh, this is not good." So I turned it off, took it out. I was like, "Yeah, that's not a good plate for the microwave." I didn't realize I had one of those plates in there though.
I'm sensing an Alice in Wonderland theme.
I'm doing an eclectic sunset tea reception. The very last days of the milkman. I buy cute plates at Hobby Lobby. Hey, that plane.
I prefer Michael's.
That metal plane I got up there came from Hobby Lobby. I don't think you can find it anymore, but they had other interesting, cool stuff there.
So the style, but not
I like that biplane.
The theme.
And it wasn't expensive. It was like $10 or $12 when I bought that thing. They had a bunch of them. I should have bought more than one, but now the helicopter is a whole nother story. That's nice wood that I don't know where they get them things made, but they're nice.
Well, the guy you bought it from made it.
Yeah, but they
and made all of them.
They only show them off at air shows. He gave me the website,
He's
which
got a website,
I can't remember it now,
but
but
they're heavily discounted at the air show.
yeah, they're cheaper at the air show.
Mhm.
That's why you buy them there. And I was able to look at them. That's how I got the scuba thing that's covered up by a hat now, but it's a scuba tank with two fins, which is pretty cool.
See, we had the
Just
Yoder
can't see it.
Dairy, which went from a full-fledged dairy, and then they had an ice cream and like milk store. And
Robert's
then
Dairy.
the actual operating dairy closed down, but they still had the cows and they still had the ice cream store. And it ended up turning into just like a convenience store where people would go buy cigarettes. And then that closed down. Then they got rid of the cows and cleared the field and built a Target and a Kohl's and all that other shit. And then and now they moved the actual old dairy building a couple blocks to the side, and now it is a performing arts theater.
Well, they lied to us at our school because we had Mathis Dairy, and we actually took field trips out to Mathis Dairy, and they had one cow there named Rosebud. They pretty much said all the chocolate milk comes from Rosebud. That's where the chocolate milk came from. The other cows are regular milk, but that one was Rosebud had the chocolate milk. Hello, Kramer.
Y'all believe that? Hey, Kramer.
Now, hey, we were in elementary school at the time. I'm pretty sure that's what they said from what I remember.
I'm fairly certain that I knew in elementary school there wasn't chocolate cows.
But Rosebud was around till I was almost in high school before I think Rosebud and Mathis Dairy was no longer a thing.
Yeah.
They were there a long time. And they had good milk. I mean, it was local. So we didn't have to, we got cheaper milk prices back. Well, milk was cheap back then anyway. So
You love nut juice, Linda?
yeah, that's not real milk, Linda, but go for it. Enjoy your nut juice.
I can't do almond milk or soy milk. Give me some good old fashioned moo juice.
Yeah, it does not taste.
I mean, it gives me gas, but that's
I
everybody
mean, it
else's
looks
problem.
like milk, but it does not taste like milk.
Good night, Cloud Checker.
Back to my comment about the coconuts. I didn't even see you mention
He
coconut.
said he's never seen a teat on a coconut.
Oh, gotcha.
It didn't used to bother mine at all. Well, almond milk. That's because it's nut juice, Linda. I would rather drink raw milk, or not raw milk.
It doesn't
Actual
bother
milk.
your tummy. Oh, are you lactose intolerant?
My daughter is lactose intolerant. So you can see her weighing her options when she decides to get a milkshake. Like, what do I have to do later?
Milking a nut is not a thing.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, I can see if you like the taste of it. I don't.
It's weird
would-
because I had milk.
I can't imagine sitting down with a big old hunk of chocolate cake and a cup of cold nut juice.
See, that's the thing. All right, you're talking about you can't have ice cream. Now, I had a bowl of cereal earlier today. The milk didn't bother me at all. Now, if I go eat a bowl of ice cream, that may screw with my stomach. So it's something about ice cream in general. If I eat that, it usually gets to my stomach. So I have to be careful when I eat ice cream.
We can buy you that frozen dairy dessert garbage.
Ew.
I mean, it still has it's the milk and fat combo that makes one ice cream and the other one frozen dairy dessert. You got a point, Stina. Cold nut juice has got to be better than warm nut
Oh
juice.
my goodness.
Yeah.
Kramer, you showed up late for the cool solar trick that I showed at the beginning of the show. You will have to watch it back to see it because I'm not doing it for a third time. I already did it twice. If you don't have solar panels, probably don't need to watch it.
Or if you ever want to know if your can of green beans is aimed directly at the sun.
Yeah.
A couple of nut juice. Yeah, I can't. Yeah.
Almond milk isn't, but I wouldn't use it with cereal. Yeah,
Well, I
I
mean,
get
when we
that.
were doing keto, I found some sugar-free milk. It's made with oh shit, what it was peas. It's made from reconstituted peas and water. Um by itself, it did not taste good. But if I added a little bit of the sugar-free coffee creamer to it, then it was tolerable to drink a glass. And it was as close to milk as
Eggnog's good.
possible.
I like eggnog, Paramount, if it's the right. Some
I
eggnog's good, some of it's not. So
I have to add milk to it or liquor, otherwise it's too thick and I can't drink it. So I'll take
you never
eggnog
had it, Scott?
and
Dang.
add like, so 3/4 eggnog and 1/4 of milk, and that thins it out enough to where it's not too thick where it grosses me out. Need to get you some eggnog, Scott. Put some whiskey in it.
Yeah,
Just don't drink a whole
Cloud
lot of it.
Chucker. Have fun at Cloud Chucker. Wow. Have fun at Expo, Cloud Chucker, and whatever you see that's good, send me pictures. I will respond back very soon after that fact. All right, we're gonna get off of here. I'm tired. I just want to sit back in my chair and watch TV or something. Go to bed.
Okay.
I hope everybody has a great weekend. We will catch y'all next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. Peace out, everybody.
Bye.